Welcome back, guys. This is Nidagavel here. We are playing Railway Empire 2. So we are in the home page. So as promised, we are going to start the campaign mode. So let's get into it. And I have a disclaimer. I have cleared all the campaigns already. So this is not going to be anything new for me. So let us start playing into the American Northeast. We're going to start in Boston again. We are going to be, we don't have a choice in changing it, isn't it? Yeah. So we are going to be a German starting a new railway company in US. Yeah. These are all preset. I cannot change anything. The difficulty factor is going to be 1.3. So I think we can manage it.
The 19th century was a golden age of technology, especially for those of us whose hearts beat with the steady pace of the locomotive. My name is Nagelmakers. I assume you have already heard of me. When I was young, I had a dream. A cross-border luxury train from Paris to St. Petersburg. To make my dream come true, I invited guests. In another time, entrepreneurs like them were the driving force behind progress, but now they were standing in my way. Take this gentleman, for example. I was planning to revolutionize the industry, just as pioneers like him had done in the early days of the railroad. The late 1820s marked the beginning of a revolution in transportation, both in the Old and the New World. Fueled by steady growth, the industrial centers on the East Coast demanded more and more resources in less and less time. Roads and even the newly built waterways could hardly meet the increasing demand. However, inspired minds had combined the idea of tracks and the new invention of the steam engine into a powder keg that was to shake society to its foundations. It only took ambitious pioneers to light the fuse.
Glad you're here. The name is Corning, Erastus Corning. You must be the young railroad expert that was recommended to me. Other people don't think much of this newfangled nonsense, but I think investment into this railroad thing and your company is money well spent. I'm the proud owner of a hardware company, and the more railway lines you construct using my steel, the richer I'll get, so don't go bankrupt. But why don't you just get started using the to-do list I created? My company is situated in Albany, so you should connect this city as soon as possible. Don't worry about the difficult terrain. Clever planning is everything.
All right. We are back on Northwest. Let us see. We have gained a lot of experience in the past 40-50 episodes, I guess. So let's see. What are on the to-do list? We had 2.5 mil in the bank, more than we usually start. We have to deliver 8 loads of lumber to Boston. And we have to deliver 8 loads of sugar to Boston. Good. We have to do it within June. And then we have another task which has to be completed by December. We have to transport 320 passengers without changing trains from Boston to Portland. Okay, I think we can do that. With 2.5 mil in the bank. And can I make this? Can I delete it? Yeah, I can, right? I want to put it. Yeah, this is an inconvenient place to place isn't it? Let's put it a little bit far away. We need the sugar anyways. Let us put it far away from the industrial area. And like I said, I like to create a little bit of distance between Boston and Portland because we're going to need it. I'm going to keep it pretty much straight. Can I delete this station? Of course I can. Okay, I think for a change I'm going to do it like this. Should I be doing like this? Oh yeah, we have to cut through to Albany, right? So I guess we have to keep it perpendicular and use the same track. But we will push it as far as we can. Hope it is not too far. Now let's first connect Boston and Portland. Pretty much a straight line. We'll double track it, of course, and then we'll connect this line initially to Boston. I'm going to double track it, as you guys already know. Let us set the directions. And we will put a supply tower right here, common for all the trains, somewhere far away here. And yes, as we have experimented, we'll keep the gridirons as short as we can. Okay, done. Now let us start with the grasshopper. Grasshopper, we have it. Actually, this was the first locomotive ever invented, isn't it? Okay, let's keep it automatic. Freight from here to Boston. Cost just 10k. How nice. And we'll have another line from Boston to Portland. We'll start with one. Otherwise, we can do one for freight and another line from Portland to Boston. Actually, what was the task? Let me see. Boston to Portland. Okay, thank God I saw that. So we'll put another line which is going to be strictly express. And this line is going to be fine, and the freight line we'll change the directions. It won't matter, but it's better this way. And Boston, yes, will have the maintenance depot, and the warehouse is not unlocked. Okay. And there is still snow. And we are getting our cattle. Good. So let us connect our sugar. And I think this is Barty. Let us put it here. Use this sugar farm as a median so that we can have another route to New York in the future. Should we double it? I don't think so, we should. Let's put another grasshopper from Evans Terminal to Boston. And once the demand goes down, we'll connect this train directly here. So it will be supplying sugar to Boston and Portland. Okay, we need to bring in lumber. Okay, yeah, this guy is going to run empty for a while. So in that case, we will make him automatic and see what happens. So I'm running in terrain mode because it is too blinding white. Now it is okay. I think Europe was too blinding white, isn't it, with snow during the winter. And I think this is Bharti, right? There is. Who else do we have? We are Valtrupper Junk. Just Bharti. Okay, fine. We'll be getting a connection bonus zone. There it is, 250k again, and
Great. My company owes you.
and we have to reach 25k citizens in Boston. I think that is going to be easier. We need grain and corn. Yeah, I remember this campaign. Corn is far away from here, isn't it? There it is. Either you have to go to Quebec or you have to go to Buffalo to get it. Grain we can maybe get from here. And we have another source for lumber. But when can we unlock warehouses? Let's see. Is this? Yeah. Let's unlock it immediately. Now things are going to be interesting. We're going to spend 140k to store lumber and sugar. And this line is going to be strictly freight now, and we'll see what happens. Is the lumber getting in? Finally the lumber is coming in. Good. Because the meat demand has dropped now, because we don't have a requirement for meat for Portland, because Portland is also having a meat industry. In that case, we can even ask for cattle and see what happens. Okay, let us first connect the second lumber here, even though we don't need it. Finally, we are getting the connection bonus for lumber. This one is going to be a deadline, so I'm going to put it right here. The foothills of whatever the hill this is, and we'll connect it to the existing sugar line. It's going to cost us 1 mil. That's an interesting line. In that case, we shall wait and see how we can do this. Let us connect a line pretty straight here. Yeah, the terrain is uneven here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, 270k is reasonable. And I think it is time to mean, we can bypass this line. Okay, we'll think about it. But either way, we have to double this track. Because eventually we have to provide sugar for Albany also, right? So we need double tracks anyway. But we can have a diversion line like this, bypassing this sugar line, so that we won't have any congestions nearby. And we need for sure a supply tower somewhere here in the middle. Okay, now do we have a connection bonus? Oh, we have half a mil. So let's take that. Okay, how are we going to connect this? I have to think about it. Yeah. I think. Yeah, we'll connect it like this.
Good. What we're doing here really has the potential to revolutionize the way we have been transporting goods up till now.
I think we'll connect it like this and loop it with milk, if you guys remember from our previous session, and then join it here. So we'll loop it here. Trust me, we are going to need it. Okay, okay, that is a beautiful line. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I want to punch the line straight through. Oh yeah, I cannot, right? I have to. Okay, can I punch it straight now? I can, right? It has to start within. Yeah. Okay. In that case, we might have to redo the track a little bit. So it goes straight and then bends like this. There it is, so that we can have a straight line like this. Yeah, this is what I want. Now we're not going to need it immediately, but I have to remember that we need a track here, because eventually we'll be getting the grain. Okay, let's get in the lumber. I think the lumber is going to join here. Or else we can remove the station right here, place it parallel to the Albany station and divert it here. I think that would be a little bit easier. Really? Okay, then we'll redo that again. We'll connect it right here. We have a drop in speed. Thank God we have refunds. There it is. We need to set the directions. And Albany is going to be a great junction for bringing and storing a lot of valuable items. But before that, we're going to need a maintenance depot here, and then a warehouse which is going to store grain, lumber for now, eventually corn. Okay, how is Boston feeling when it comes to sugar? Sugar is good. Are we storing any here? Yeah, we are storing a little bit for Portland, isn't it good? So this sugar guy, we will make him also go to Albany. I forgot the gridiron, my bad. We're going to need a supply tower in the middle. So we'll ask the same guy to drop sugar in Albany also, so that it will be profitable. And we can go with a better train. Do we have another freight train? Or this is also mixed, isn't it? Yeah, we'll upgrade it because it is going to run for a longer distance, and we'll have another grasshopper running here. Strictly freight. John Bull conquers a rail network model kit for real railway workers. Beautiful. So yeah, we are getting lumber into Albany, which will also go to Boston and if required Portland at some point. So from Albany to Boston to Portland and back, we'll start with one John Bull, a beautiful express line. And then we'll start another line from Portland to Boston to Albany and back to Boston. This one is going to be freight. We'll start with single trains. Yeah, the demand has dropped. Okay. How are we on the second task? We are almost there. Good. We just need to grow Boston a little bit. And how's the cargo situation here? Let's see. Running a little bit low. Look at that, we're earning more. Actually, the reason for earning more is not because the goods are valuable, it is because the grasshopper is cheaper. The more you upgrade the locomotive, the lesser you will get in freights, because the freight value is always fixed. I think I have already said this. Okay, I think it is time to connect. We'll be getting a connection bonus of 0.5 mil shortly. So I think we can take the risk of connecting our next source right here. This one is going to be a fun line. Because this one is going to be a solo line. I'm not going to... Yeah. We might have to extend it like this. We'll be expanding it inward, right? Yeah, okay. Is it inward? Yeah. So we'll try to make a track nearest possible to the farm. So that we'll have more space here to expand. And we will be expanding in the future. And let us join the grain source. I think we can keep it like this. I know there is a very low speed, but I don't think so it will matter anymore. Okay, this is too curvy, isn't it? Yeah. I think we can double it here, yeah. Okay, I think this is fine. Let us set the directions as usual. And for sure we need another supply tower. Let's put it here, far away from the existing station. And now this grain cannot enter into Albany, so we have to do the turning here. And the wise thing to do is have another platform opened, but I'm not going to waste money now. So let us make a temporary short curve here and be happy with what we have. There it is. So yeah, now it is connected, and we can also curve it down here and bring the lumber, but we already have a lumber source locally available near Boston, so this should be good. And I think we should do the same here, but I'm not trying to make too many congestions here. That is why I'm leaving it as it is. Okay, let's bring the grain to Albany. I'm not taking it all the way to Boston. Let's have a simple freight route, and Albany will be storing grain here. And next is going to be corn after crossing Syracuse. Okay, we are slowly developing. Once grain gets in, Boston will slowly start growing. And it will also be getting its beer from Albany. So let us start storing beer here. I think the freight line has to be doubled, isn't it? Oh, look at that. I think we are going to need another train, which is going to start the moment this one reaches Boston. We have a lot of innovation points. Let us spend it. Increase the maximum speed of all early locomotives up to and including the John Bull by 5%. Let's take that. Next is going to be this one. We'll wait for 60 more points to unlock that. So we'll have top speed. And Barty is already established from New York, Philadelphia, Washington DC and Charlottesville. Okay. And I think there is going to be a congestion here, isn't it? Not that bad. They are crossing each other, so that should be good. But the second train is running from Boston to Albany. Okay, my bad. So it's going to run empty and bring something back. How's the sugar situation? Because once the city starts growing, the needs will also grow. So please note this, we have 11 tons stock in city. There are no delivery trains. Demand per week is only 0.2. You'll see this one slowly growing to up to 5 tons. And our average income per week is only 7K. So I should stop spending too much. I think we are getting our first grain in. Beautiful. Now the initial loads are going to be consumed by Albany itself, but eventually we'll start storing it. Look at that, we have lumber for Portland all the way from Albany. We are taking one load of meat to Albany. I think we'll take another load in Boston, because the freights are always pre-booked. Sometimes even in the previous episode when we were building our rail lines in France, we had a glitch, right? Instead of taking the cattle from the nearby source, we were actually getting cattle from somewhere we couldn't even trace. So the freight trains are always pre-booked. Look at that, we are bringing in the lumber. I think it is mostly for Portland. Okay, Indian Transfer Act passed. Negotiation with tribes commence. Oh, the Indians in US. Okay, yeah, because this is only 1830. The long controversial resettlement law for Native American tribes east of the Mississippi goes into effect today. The government is now authorized to negotiate with the affected tribes about their voluntary forced resettlement. Wow. How is it forced and also voluntary? I don't know. Okay, we're not carrying anything from Boston. And this time we're bringing in a lot of lumber. We do have beer here, so we'll see. Yeah, that is our first breakdown. And do we have a maintenance depot here? Yeah, we do. Let us set them all in 70%. Forgot to do that. And look at that, we are bringing in beer for Portland, I guess. Okay, all this lumber is for Portland. That is good. Okay, Boston has started growing because it has got its beer. Slowly it will get its grain also. Yeah, they are getting in. Good. Okay, there it is going to Boston. Good. Okay, we are almost there. We have 100 points. Let us increase the speed. Look at that. A beautiful station, isn't it? And Grasshopper has a small breakdown. And it has stopped all the trains. Yeah, right before the gridiron, isn't it? Yep. And this guy has started moving. Look at that, he's bringing one cattle in. I think that is also stored from Boston, isn't it? Yep. How is this line running? Good. Okay, look at that. We are bringing in a little bit of lumber, a little bit of cattle to Boston. Good. Because the passenger line will be profitable only when we have more population in a city. So more people, they will decide to move to other cities, or they'll try to migrate to other cities. This guy, everybody's in a breakdown. What is the quarterly report? Q1, our first quarter has been good. I've spent a lot. Yeah. But we are bringing in a lot of money. I'm not counting the bonus. I'm just seeing the weekly incomes here. Yeah, that is good. So next we are going to need corn and eventually milk. And Albany is also growing. How beautiful. Because it's getting its meat and all other sources are locally available. So I think Albany will reach 25k before Boston, right? I think so. because Boston needs its grain, and grain is on the way. So I think it is time to expand to Syracuse. Since we are already here, we can expand. And I'm not sure how we are going to connect it. I think we are going to do the same what we did with Albany. We'll have a station isolated from the main line. Maybe we'll put it this side so that we'll have a single crossing. Or is it is too steep, isn't it? I think we have to cross like this. Do we have anything else? No, right? So there is no point in putting the station like this. Yes, we do have vegetables and all these sorts here. Okay, let's see. I mean, can we do it like this? And bring the tracks in and then turn like this. I think that is the best option we have. Let's put it as far away from the city as possible. We need the distance. Okay. Now let us connect this beautiful track. We can keep it running, right? Yeah, I think we should do that. We should have two separate tracks which will directly go to Buffalo or even this business. And we should have a separate track to Syracuse. Yeah, I think we should do it like that. But this terrain is too risky, isn't it? It's going to be very expensive too. Okay, then let us start with the innermost track. Okay, 94k at 1830 is going to be a reasonable speed. I'm not going to complain. Okay, let us connect Syracuse. It has to be somewhere here. Yeah. We'll double track it. And we have a cute compact bridge here. Good. Let's set the directions once again. Let's put in the gridiron. Nice. We're going to need another supply tower somewhere here. Okay, we are going to connect Syracuse, Albany and Boston. Albany being the center, and we also have the warehouse here. So this line is going to be interesting. Let's straight away start with the John Bull. We're going to start with an express line, and then we'll have Boston, Albany, Syracuse, and back to Albany.
I just received a grateful letter from the mayor of Boston regarding our new passenger line. That's really good press, especially now that we are delivering goods faster than they are consumed. Passengers can be a more reliable source of income.
Okay. So let's bring a freight line from Boston and Albany to Syracuse, because we do have the sources here, and Syracuse also needs grain. Okay, I think now we have to double track this, or we can connect it here. Yeah. Because eventually the requirement for grain will drop, but not anytime soon apparently. It has not dropped much. And have we started storing it here? Yeah, it goes to Portland and Boston. So I think we're going to need a separate track, another train in this line. Let's build another platform. And I have a question, maybe it'll be answered at some point in this gameplay. If this track is having an issue, will any other train take this track temporarily? Even if it is not using this station, even if it is not assigned to this track? I think we'll get an answer soon. Okay, this train is going to be interesting. We are going to drop grain, go back, and also take lumber. We can go with John Bull. It's going to be a longer distance to travel. But if Syracuse needs sugar, it has to come through here. So let's put sugar in and see what happens. Okay, Boston. I think Albany has already become 25k, isn't it? Yeah. And now it is going to be Boston. We're almost there. All they need is a little bit of grain and they'll become 25k in population. And the passenger line is done. Good. And we will be expanding this to 4 tracks for sure. And I think I'm so tempted to do this. Should we do this? I think we should. Let us double track this. Set the directions. And let's connect it here. I think 68 kilometers per hour is going to be fine. Okay, let us select this grasshopper and it will do another trip to Portland. And we will upgrade it to John Bull and see what happens. Eventually this will reset and Boston can stop storing cattle after some point. And also, yeah, only cattle. Lumber we are going to need to... I don't need...
With a small hardware store that I inherited from my father. By now, it has grown into a stately company. And with the help of the railway, it can become really big. We have already done a lot for the people in this region. Shorter travel times, increased transport of goods, and at the same time, our registers are ringing. As a next step, we should consolidate our success. Take a look at your list. I've added some more tasks.
Of course you did. So yeah, we can take cattle and even lumber out. We don't have to store lumber anymore in Boston. And I think Portland deserves a maintenance depot. Let's give it that. Okay. So we are taking 2 cattle. Okay, yeah. Now it is not going to drop it in Boston. It is going to pick it up and drop it directly in Portland after filling this trip up. I think the first trip is going to be completely cattle. Maybe not. They are getting their lumber. And are we storing grain here? Nope. Let's start storing grain so that we can supply to Portland. Oh, look at that. We are filling up. Beautiful. Let's look at the train. Look how small it is, isn't it? Beautiful. Slowly moving towards Portland. So yes guys, we have started the campaign mode. We are in the northeast of America where the campaign starts. We are in the 1830s. So we will continue this campaign mode as long as we can to complete and move to the next campaign mode. And I hope you like today's gameplay, guys. If you do, kindly like, share and do comment on how my gameplays, how my commentaries, how my narrations are. And yes, I do post on a daily basis. If you guys wish to watch this series continuously, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Nedungaval. Until next time, this is Nedungaval signing off. Take care and stay tuned.